Okay. By the way, I like here too that they just use the map screen music. I think Bobby Prince was just like, oh, that's my favorite track, and they're just gonna skip over it from the map screen. Can we just have it as one of the songs? And Romero's just like, fine. We love you, Bobby. We'll put it in there just for you. Alright, come on. But yeah, just... Night Trap of all things. Freaking Night Trap. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Okay, it would help if I did not stand too close. So I can get them at a decent angle. Whoa. And take care of that zombie man too. Just, why not? And I don't want to waste too much rockets, so let's go to the shotgun. Take you out. And I feel bad for those Caco demons. Like, why are they caged up? I mean, come on, they're not animals. Well, I guess you could sort of see them as animals. Although, if you ever played Pirate Doom, it has the most horrifying thing in the world. The two-eyed Caco demon. It really is horrifying. You wouldn't think it would be because, you know, a one-eyed thing is kind of unnatural and weird, but no. Like, you get used to the Cacos after a while, and there's one right there, which I think I'll demonstrate the chainsaw. And stop running! Stop. My chainsaw will not be ignored. It is the great communicator. So, see, you really just... I feel like what I do is I try to hold up and try to stay close and just get them like that. So, again, another way to conserve your ammo. The Caco demons aren't too bad. But now I got Berserk, so I can just go one-punch man on them again. A show that I've never seen in my life, so I really should check it out. I mean, I'm not the biggest anime fan, but it's really super popular, so I guess it wouldn't hurt to check it out, you know? And you know what? Sometimes monster and fighting, again, you gotta love it. Alright, we cleared out that room. That wasn't too bad. Although it did take a few big hits there, but... We're good, just dusting it off. Just letting our fists do the talking. And the chainsaw. We'll get this, because there's a spot that requires... Well, not requires, but it... we don't want to take less damage from that goop. That green goop, which I keep calling the ecto cooler. Has anyone ever tried Surge? Because I never tried it growing up, but then they brought it back, and it was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. I mean, sometimes gimmicky drinks can be fun, alright? We know they're silly, we know they're cartoony, but heck, sometimes you just want a good laugh, you want a good smile, you want a good chuckle. Alright, well, we're gonna go in here. You know what? I'm just gonna take care of these lost souls the old-fashioned way. I don't want to risk it, because I hate these guys to no end. Do not trust them in the slightest. You wouldn't trust a flaming skull that's just flying in the air. Come on, let's be real. I'm just gonna blow up these rockets. And oh, look who's back. It's our old friend, the Baron of Hell. You know, I want to punch. We're gonna have a little boxing match. Let's go. You and me. Feel like I'm playing Punch Out right now. We're gonna take down this guy. He ain't Glass Jaw, I'll tell you that much. Because he fires his attacks really quick if you're not careful. So you gotta just keep your distance. Definitely use it at the right moment. Especially if you have invincibility power. I'm just going nuts. Save some ammo, you know? And that's really my playstyle, if you haven't guessed. I like to be conservative with the ammo. Save it for when it's really needed. Especially later on when you get the Berserk. Because, again, the Berserk does a really good job if you know how to use it in the right scenario. I think it's like with the chainsaw, too. If you... Oh, come on. Really? Okay, this is an annoying thing I hate in Doom. I guess if you want me to actually give some flaws in this game, it's when you have something like this. You have you have something above, and then enemies right here. You can't go past them. I mean, I guess with Source Sports you can't. This issue is alleviated because you can jump over them. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. But yeah, I don't. Like I said, Doom was a big controversy at the time, along with Mortal Kombat. Like I said, a lot more so than well, at least I don't know. I feel like it's silly to put a controversy on it, but I guess I'd rather choose that over Night Trap. With all its cheesy glory. But of course, I don't know if I should talk, but I guess I feel like it is a part of Doom history. Of course, you know, the guys did Columbine. They were big Doom fans, and they're like, oh, Doom was clearly responsible for this, even though those guys had many other issues, you know? So it's one topic I don't want to stay on for too long, because obviously it's very sensitive. But well, I guess is one fact. I think it was Eric Harris is his name. He did have some Doom maps, and contrary to popular belief, there was no map of the actual Columbine. So we're just gonna move on from that little controversy. But again, I feel it is important. No, I feel like it's important to understand. But yeah, let's talk about happy things again, like punching all of these lost souls, because it gives me so much joy just seeing them explode right before my eyes, because I hurt them so much. And you are giving me trouble now. Don't be a lost soul, imps. Don't be a lost soul. Come on. I mean, do you want to go around the rest of your life annoying people without end? I mean, you want to make friends in hell, right? Then just don't be lost souls, okay? Seriously, just don't do it. Or be a Pinky or be a Caco demon. They're a lot more likable. I know. I just wail on the lost souls like no one, but that's how much I hate them. They're the worst things ever. Now, people say the Archvile is the worst, but if we're going, okay, the Archvile is bad, but I say this in my review too. I think it's because people abuse them to no end and just use them at the worst of times. But at least in Doom 2, they're like not used as much, and I kind of like the challenge a little bit, you know. Of course, they are going to be in Doom Eternal, although I'm not sure how they're going to be utilized left. They're like, at least from what we've seen, it looks like a boss battle or something. Like, I kind of like the idea behind it, where you're in these like this huge flame wall, and it's going to be some sort of epic fight, and maybe he'll like bring in monsters instead of resurrecting them. It'd be cool. It'd be really cool. I'm just going to save because I'm pretty sure I got all the secrets. Pretty sure. Huzzah! I got all the secrets. And now we're going to go on to Demos or whatever it's called. So I guess I'm so confused because I died, and am I still at the UAC? I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of the structures, like they have the UAC look, but they're kind of looking more like castles or something. I don't know. It's really strange. Yeah. I forgot for a sec. I thought I had the Berserk pack still. I keep forgetting. It's once per level. But like you can find most of them here anyway, in most of the levels in episode 2, so it's not a big deal. We'll be finding one momentarily. But we're just going to go up here. I like the design of this level too. Like I said, it has a very like castle-like vibe. That's a weird hobby of mine I have. Where I love castle structures. Like one of my favorite things to do. Like I like to go on tours of castles. Like here in America we don't have that many, but when it's there, and it's just kind of fun to find. It's like Doom in a weird way. It's like going around finding secret passages and just admiring the architecture. It's great. It's great. So we got another Pinky on the loose. I'm just gonna take care of him. All right. Oh, and by the way, I love too like all the little decorations Hell puts up here. I'm like, I don't know why. It's like you're just fire and brimstone. I don't get the point of decorations. I guess you want to make. I guess you kind of want to wow the people who come to Hell. I don't know. I feel like they were made by modern artists or something. Like, where was the one that was hanging up? It's like right there. It's like that represents the struggles of man and them going downhill face first into the ground after everything they've worked so hard for collapses right in front of them. I don't know, it's really weird, but it just adds to it, adds to the charm. Now, how do I approach this one? Because there are guys hiding behind there, and I could shoot and try to lure them into because that thing's going to come down. I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. Okay. Actually, no. This works out. Here. No. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. Okay, I got one at least. Fuck. Okay, so it was a semi-competent idea. It had holes in it, but you know what? I'm satisfied. Oh, no. You know what? I want the Caco to die. Here. Come here. Come on, boy. Where are you? I can't whistle to save my life. Hey, Satan's testicle. I'm over here. Come on. All right, come on. Come on, big boy. Oh, you. Oh, you motherfucker! Okay, fine. Just, come on. Take your chainsaw in the face. Oh my god, just alright, fine, you're ruining my fun here. Caco, bad. I take back what I said. You're not my favorite anymore. I'll upset you even more. I like the Lost Souls better than you. Alright, so we're gonna go in here, and you gotta shoot this. I never knew how to open this. I felt like you had to be quick with it, but now you just shoot it. Dumb old me. Not knowing how to open doors. I mean, obviously you shoot the door, right? It's not how you open all doors. And what the... Alright. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so there's more imps. More imps. They're going to fail. That's just all they're here for, is total failure. There's another Caco. Come on. I like the music, too. Again, like, it's not all just, like, heavy metal rock music. There's kind of, like, this otherworldly evil quality to it. It's kind of calming, too. I really like it. Again, Bobby Prince just nailed it. I know what you're thinking, too. You're just like, oh, it's an, you know, it's like a MIDI sounding thing. But, you know, I know MIDIs get a bad rap, but when you get someone with really good talent, they can pull it off. Like, here's the thing, and I'll say this later on about Doom 2016. I like Mick Gordon's soundtrack, but sometimes it's not as memorable because sometimes the music just comes together. Like, it's almost like a mishmash. And if you try to like listen to it, I'm sure you'll like memorize it eventually, but it's a lot harder than Doom, like the notes you hear in Doom, because like you hear the first level and you're like like you recognize those tones right away, like you recognize those notes. I gotta kill him quickly. All right, see that there's never a good moment with you. I hate you. Go away. No one likes you. I don't care if people hate the Archvile more. I still hate the Lost Souls. Thank goodness it and the Pain Elementals aren't here. Whoever came up with the Pain Elemental, I swear to God. Swear to God, they need a good smack in the face. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure it takes time to come up with these. With anything, really. Because, like, I think it's like with anything, like video games, movies, television, it's like a miracle when you're able to get something to work. And especially in an age when first-person shooters, you know, they're still in their infancy. Just, like, to get something like this, with all these enemies, and to get something with maps, and to get it running at a smooth frame rate, there was a lot of hard work and commitment. Like, I know I keep going back to it, but I feel like Masters of Doom is kind of like the Bible for us Doom fans in a weird way, because it really just, it drives home the point of like how important Doom is and like just how many hours they spent on it. Like I think there's even a video online where, you know, it shows a bit of the id office, and it was like, it was in such a mess, and you had people like, I think they were in like sleeping bags working non-stop on this thing. And it's just crazy, and it paid off in the end. Just all the hours they spent. And, you know, I do feel bad for Tom Hall for getting booted, but I don't know. I feel like if Doom was something else, like Rise of the Triad, I don't know if it would have been as effective, because I don't think we were at that point yet to add this sort of, like, of storytelling in the games, because it tries to include a story, and it tries to include all these characters, and just throws so much in there, but it just doesn't come together. And I've said it before, I don't think Rise of the Triad is bad. There is a charm to it, but you kind of needed to start off slow first and experiment with simple ideas before you can move into something else. And I know the Caco's getting me. I will get to. You know what? Let's use the plasma rifle. Cacos have been giving me a hard time this level, so why not? I got something extra special for you. But yeah, sometimes you have to sort of like take baby steps and like coming up with the right ideas. It's why I think Half-Life it was a good time for Half-Life to come along when it did, because at that time the shooting genres was still kind of like, yeah, I guess there was still kind of, I mean, they started to have like, you know, animated cutscenes, like Duke Nukem 3D did something like that, but it didn't really have a interactive story where you felt like you were a part of it. It needed time to grow. They needed these ideas to sort of expand. You can't just sort of rush these things. I think that's the thing too, because like, again, I have major respects for Tom Hall and all he's done, but But I think the problem was he threw too many ideas into like the blender, just kind of saw what stick instead of sort of taking the time to develop things. And you know, I'm not sure if I got this. This is actually a secret, believe it or not. That little step right there, I don't know. Again, there is some odd choices with the later levels. And again, Sandy Peterson did a good job for the most part. I want to stress this enough. Because I feel like if they were terrible, Doom would definitely not be as this high up on the list as one of my favorite games ever. So, do I want to do, you know what? I'm just going to save. I'm going to go for it. Maybe the pinky won't reach me. Okay, that was a bad idea, but you know what? I'll take the hint. Fine. There's another soul spear anyway, so I'll just chainsaw you to death. But yeah, but like I said, these are good levels, but some of them kind of, I don't want to say they fall flat, but they're kind of tedious. And I think with Doom 2, I think Sandy, he tried new ideas, but I don't think they just stuck. But like I said, I want to stress this, he did an excellent job. And especially because you have to remember, because Romero had so many other aspects to work on. Because, I mean, him and Carmack, you know, they were the head honchos on this project. So they needed to make sure everything else was coming together. And they needed to reach that close to Christmas deadline. I hope I got all the secrets. Okay, good. Because I kind of don't, because I feel like that's the thing. Because people do, like, they'll give the Sandy Peterson levels flack. But I feel like Doom wouldn't have been as good without, like, the second and the third episode, which had some really unique ideas behind them. And I like how they brought this track back too. I love this one. It's a really nice one. So yeah, again, everyone worked really hard on bringing this game together. And that's not to say they didn't struggle with, like, the other games like Wolfenstein and Quake. Like, yeah, if you hear the stuff with Quake, it was definitely more of a divide, especially with, you know, Romero wanting to do different stuff, and the fact that I think he kind of let his ego go to his head a little bit. Well, okay, well, that little bit might be an understatement saying it was just a little bit, but you know, of course he's mellowed out and he's had admit to his flaws and all that, but like I said, yeah, with everything that id Software did just to create these games, it took a lot of passion and a lot of talent and a lot of just really hard hours. And like, again, there have been like attempts with first-person shooters before, but with stuff like Wolfenstein 3D and Doom, they just took it to a whole new level. And I think one of the main reasons that these games work compared to earlier attempts is because of how fast they are. Because there's like, you get the sense of speed, the sense of movement, you feel control of everything, where everything before it was just kind of heavy. And it just felt clunky. It just, I don't know, it didn't come together right. Like Caco. Well, I'm fighting a Caco, so that's probably why I would think that. But Catacombs 3D, like, it's an interesting, like, look into early first-person shooters. But again, it was still finding it's still trying to find, like, its identity and all that. But still, it's an interesting. I think with any, like, video game that's sort of revolutionized the industry, it's always kind of fascinating to look into its history. And I think the Masters of Doom book, again, I always go back to it, did a great job of sort of explaining that. Oh, shit. Here's the shotgunners. And here they go. Dead as a doornail. But yeah, it's really cool stuff. I really would recommend checking out the Masters of Doom. Even if you haven't played Doom, I would still recommend it. Just because I feel, especially if, like, you're an up-and-coming game designer, you want to work with a team, you want to understand that, you know, a lot of things can go wrong. There's stuff like egos and all that stuff. And just a clash of different, it's like with anything. Again, I'm going back to sort of like with anything, with like movies, television, there's always going to be, you know, like a clash of ideas. But then when people come together for one common goal and they really stick to it, and there's really sort of like, I guess, a compromise, I want to say, then it's just, everything just flows together nicely. This is why Doom does that brilliantly. You know, despite the stuff with Town Hall. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to conserve a little ammo. You know, I need to save it for the next level. Although this is kind of a foreshadowing in a way, because in the next level, there's going to be a great war. I don't know if you heard about it. But you see, the Caco demons have so much popularity. The Barons of Hell, they don't want to take this shit because they think they're the better guys, because, you know, they're super buff and they throw green fireballs at you. And they look like giant goat men or something. I don't know. But they decided to declare war. The demon realm was at peace until the Barons of Hell attacked and, oh crap. No, I have Berserk. Why am I not using that? Should I use a rocket? Yeah, okay, why not? Let's just paint the walls red again. And see, look, there's more of that wonderful modern art there with the 3 skulls. Or maybe that's just the heads of the 3 Stooges. You know, after they died many a times in their shorts. So happened they just all ended up in hell. Mo, Larry, Curly, we knew you well, but just all that slapping, it just pleased Lucifer too much. I love the 3 Stooges. I don't care what anyone says. Like, it's old stuff, you know. It's slapstick at its basics, but there's something charming about it. I think it's just because those actors just really brought those characters together, in my opinion.